This is Spencer with the Itch Network. Welcome to the Itch Network podcast, where we discuss all things happening with movies and video games. I'm Spencer, and I'm talking with my good friend, Ninja C. Ninja, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. It's a Thursday. Red Dead Redemption comes out tonight, so nobody's working tomorrow. And no, just kidding, I will be. But I won't want to be working. And Ninja, what have you been watching slash playing?
Slash, thanks for putting that in there. Yeah, I from our last podcast, I did follow up. I saw It Follows, and I got a sneak preview or um early advanced screening, I guess would be the best term for it, for Hunter Killer. That's out this Friday, and just the usual Halloween movies and stuff going on.
What Halloween movies you watching?
Land of the Dead, the remakes of the George Romero's.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they were on they were on cable, and then I realized I had them somewhere. I had this like zombie bundle pack, which it had actually John Carpenter's Something Darkness, the Darkness movie that I swear he has a rock star that plays in it too. Just a really weird one.
Interesting.
I don't know. Just go see anything that has John Carpenter in it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I don't. I can't think of a bad movie that is for like just a terrible movie that it's made. So
All right, so you're saying that you saw two movies you want to talk about. One, because you're part of the Itch Network, you got an advanced screening.
yeah, of course, man. That's part of
That's
the
how I make
benefits of
myself
it.
seem like a big deal.
Yeah, we got the whole press pass and everything, man.
And then one I think has been out for a minute. But what? Let's start with It Follows. What's going on with It Follows? Who's it? You mean
Who's
is it
it?
is it the clowns?
Actually, if you Google it, that'll probably come up. I think Red Letter Media came up. They
Oh,
had
they beat me to
follows.
the punch. Did
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
did Red
No,
Letter Media release a new video today?
um,
I know
you
they
you
did the
got
Halloween
you
the
got
Halloween ones.
me. I think the Halloween was the last one.
I thought I saw, but you know what? No,
So
no, it was. I remember it was a Reddit thing. Okay, they'll release
yeah.
another one soon with Macaulay Culkin, where they actually talked with him more.
Oh yeah, that was such a great. That was.
Where
I
he's
did not
like,
expect
he's
that.
like Home Alone. He's like, what's Home Alone? He says Home Alone 2. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's so funny. Man. I did not expect like a clean shaven, like functioning.
Do you follow them on Reddit?
No, I don't. I don't. I just watched the channel, man.
You should
Are they really
follow
active on Reddit?
not them, but their community is, and they sent
Oh, okay.
they sent out a picture with Macaulay Culkin in the Best of the Worst room.
Oh,
So that's why
wow.
I know that he's coming up on that. Or at least I assume he's
Well, I
coming up
assume
on
they
that.
had a field day with them and had fun. I mean, when you have
Yeah,
access to them and stuff.
yeah,
I
like
mean, I'm
summer
just
day.
joking. He's probably a great guy. Does he have a band? Does he have a band with like a weird name?
Something about pizza, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, the Pizza Killers or something.
Pizza Killers.
Or
Uh,
yeah,
seems like a
that'd be
cool guy.
confused with serial killers, but
But anyway, back to It Follows. The story of the clown that follows people. I assume. What is that?
it's actually a negative Ghost Rider. It
Oh,
follows is came out in 2014. The It is a supernatural force. We'll just leave it right at that. Or are we doing spoilers reviews? It's been
no.
out for a while. You guys should have seen it already. So.
Okay, spoil
Uh,
away.
so it's kind of a weird niche. The supernatural force or demon, if you want to say, is it hunts down the person that's like tagged. It's pretty much like a game of tag, but it's sexually transmitted.
Wasn't that the one Jeremy? Oh, you know what? My girlfriend watched that one at one point.
It's like tag with demons. That'll be the tagline. It's like tag
Yeah.
with demons.
Or I should say
But
one of my exes actually, she was watching that and she was explaining that to me, and I said, "Nope, no, that doesn't sound very good." So what? Okay, so sexually transmitted disease, playing tag with it. You're winning me over already. What's the synopsis from Ninja? What does he think?
from it is extremely low. I think it's $1 million. again, these movies profit ratio to budget. Um, the music is like a throwback. It's got some synth type electric
It's like
minimal.
80s.
Yeah, it's like a. It's. I feel like that's gonna be a general theme that's gonna roll into Hunter Killer too. Is this
Oh,
80
you
nostalgic thing.
spoiled it. I was putting that one under wraps, and I was gonna reveal
uh,
it later. Oh, okay.
yeah, I think like the Stranger Things really just has permeated like
Oh
movie
yeah.
culture and stuff, man. But
Everyone's going for that nostalgia feel.
I guess, man, they're cashing in their checks. But
I bet you
yeah, the
somebody higher up said, "I want to kill the '80s," and he said, "Let's just make everything '80s for like 3 years." And he goes,
yeah, I
"Yeah, that'll
think
work."
things are just I guess reciprocal. I guess they're just the things that are recycles. I guess So, but
You wearing any '80s trends?
no, I just know. Well, I did watch a documentary on the '70s, and the '70s was not a fun time. So I could barely
Hmm.
finish the series. Actually, the shout out to that on Netflix. I think they have '70s, the '80s, and the '90s. I think they're gonna do
Yeah.
like 2000s.
What a boring. Well, maybe it'll be interesting in the future, but I would think that the 2000s was kind of a meh decade.
Oh, it's so close. I think it's still so new that it wouldn't be a big deal. But
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of nostalgia for the '80s, man. So um, the '90s, I don't know. I have to watch that one, or maybe I watched it and it was just so forgettable. I don't know.
All right. So wait, what did you think of the movie again?
Kind of boring. They don't really have a budget for a lot of stuff, so just the usual tropes of teenagers running around. They the young teenager gets it transmitted by her boyfriend, and basically tries to hide her away. And they do. I mean, instead of like getting on a plane and driving or flying or whatever, because I think the demon can only walk. They just like it has limitations. I don't know.
Oh
Making
my
rules
god.
up, but yeah, it can't. I guess the demon can't get a rental car because he doesn't have the credit score and the
Yeah.
title. And it's like
You can't provide
it's
an
not.
occupation that isn't
It,
killing.
it's kind of got a weak premise. I really think the only thing is the demon is how you pass it on. So you can just keep having sex with people and then just passing it on that way and
Now,
stuff.
is
So
this like a really bad allegory? Is it an allegorical kind of movie
I
about?
feel like I mean, if you could, when was the AIDS got really big and stuff? Because like
Wasn't that in the
remember
'80s? Maybe
that I
'70s?
think that was yeah, I think that actually was on one of the documentaries. Was that? And
Which
then
which one?
you gotta, I think it was around the '80s time. Well, when did Bohemian Rhapsody comes out like November 2nd? So Freddie Mercury, when did he get?
When did
When,
Freddie
when he
Mercury? You know what? That's the
when he
scary
get
thing
the
about
AIDS
Google
thing?
now. I can type in Freddie Mercury got AIDS.
Mhm.
When did he get AIDS?
And the only other thing, the other was it
He died in 1991.
Okay, so yeah,
So
he
he
probably
must have.
contracted it quite a bit before that. Magic Johnson, I could think of too. That's when it was really, I guess it was really in the culture, but pretty sure people were getting AIDS before that. But yeah, it probably has a message of that. Maybe that's the demon is the AIDS or whatever. So
Apparently, he was diagnosed in '87. I guess, yeah, it must have been a thing. '80s or at the very earliest in the '70s, I would think. It's
yeah,
depressing. You brought us into depressing territory.
yeah. So don't go see it because it's depressing. So I don't know. There was a lot of build up. I saw other reviews and other things to it. So it's just a really simple horror movie.
How many 5 out of 5, 5 AIDS out of 5, or how many? What's your score for it?
I say two rusty shurikens out of 5. Rusty ones
It's gotta
out of
be,
that.
baby.
So
All right, what's next? What was the other movie that I'm gonna surprise our audience with that you saw that we
the
haven't
Hunter
talked about?
Killer that just Hunter Killer 2018.
This has
2
an
hours.
all-star damn cast. Look at this cast.
Gerard Butler, Gary Oldman.
Common.
Yeah. So Oh yeah,
And
Cummins in there too.
and yet I've never heard of it before. Where does this
It
come from?
it kind of came out of nowhere. I know Gerard Butler. I don't know if we did the review on Geostorm. That was pretty terrible. I couldn't even finish it.
Well, the name like Geostorm, how could it be bad? I can't
Yeah,
see that.
Gerard Butler has like this thing with all those White House Down and London Fallen and stuff. Or I think it was, I don't know. There's like all those two White House movies, because there's one with him and there's one with Channing Tatum. But there's this company that makes like really almost like straight to DVD.
They're saying they have
Uh,
a penchant for shit.
yeah, I would say so. This is a little bit higher budget. I can't really find the official budget on it, but there's some pretty good effects for this movie. So
All right.
it's based underwater. You got a SEAL team. You got some explosions. So yeah, they
What's
spent a little bit of money on this
so
the special effects.
what's going on here? What's the plot of Hunter Killer?
Killer.
The worst named movie I think I've heard this year. That might get the
Well,
award, the Razzie.
I think it's named after like the Hunter Killer subs. I think that's what they're going for. You know, but it's no Red October. I don't think it's gonna knock that out of the awards and stuff. But so it's an untested submarine captain, which is played by Gerard Butler. Teams up
Who
with
looks who based on the picture I'm looking at, he looks very tested.
and they're coordinating with a Navy SEAL team to get back the Russian presidents, because there's a big military coup. You know, this is why it's a throwback, because we haven't had a Russian fight with besides the Cold War. After like September 11th, it was all we had different enemies after that. So we haven't had like a good old Cold War Russian. I mean, I can think of like in the 80s it was like Rambo, Rocky off the top of my head. A lot of pretty much all the Chuck Norris movies like that.
All right, I'll take a throwback. Nothing wrong with that.
It's kind of a throwback. Gary Oldman's in it, but I feel like he's so underutilized in it.
Is he the villain?
Like no, maybe that's why. He is just a higher command. He's like the Secretary of Defense, and he doesn't really have a lot of screen time. Maybe that's it. Mostly it is Gerard Butler. It's split in like three different things. It's the action that's happening back home at the command center, and they're getting the intel, and they're feeding it up the chain of command, and then you have the SEAL team, which is actually like the better part of it. There's like this grizzled like team leader that's giving the rookie a hard time, so they're really feeding in those tropes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I really enjoyed. There's some good action set pieces for it.
How many underwater shurikens do you give it?
I'll be generous. I get like 3.5. I'd say.
Whoa, 0.5 shurikens?
Yeah, you gotta break off one. I think special effects wise, it was entertaining. I think generally it was entertaining. There was some good laughable moments in it. But
who's the breakout star of this one? Is it Gerard Butler? Did he take it away?
No, I think Gerard's doing his best to channel Little Red October. Maybe he saw that before he started the movie. Yeah. Gary Oldman not at his best. Common's pretty good with it too. I can't believe that's his. Is he like Madonna? Is that his own name? He just has one.
That's the rapper thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that just threw me off when you said Common. I was like, oh, okay, he's like Madonna.
Yeah, the rappers are kind of like X-Men. You know, the X-Men have like one name.
They are. Yeah, that's what IMDb has them on. Is just Common. Okay.
Yeah, you get as soon as you hit that scene, you're suddenly like your identity is just tied to one word, or one weird, series of words, like 50 Cent. Like you're kind of superhero at that point.
I guess so. 50 had he has some really good video games that won. Like I remember, what is it?
Def Jam.
X-Play gave it like a really good review and stuff. So
All right, well, 3.5 underwater shurikens for Hunter Killer. Very well. What's coming out this week on DVD/Blu-ray?
DVD slash Blu-ray. It is the 25th, so we had movies come out on Tuesday. Incredibles 2 came out. That's the big released.
Oh, my
And
girlfriend saw that movie. She said it was great.
oh yeah, well it's like 10 plus years in the making. Yeah, I brung everybody to go see that. That was
How was it? I've never seen it.
fun.
I've never seen
Oh,
any Incredibles movie.
you should probably see the first one, and you
Oh,
should
don't
probably
skip number 2?
yeah don't see number 2. See the first one, then the second one. So
Oh, but see number 2, but see it in order.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got like 94 rating on Rotten Tomato and like 87 from the citizens. So
The people.
and then
Alright.
I can't believe they're still doing it. Scorpion King Book of Souls is available. I don't really have much information on that.
Is that
They
the
might have-
Mummy sequel?
I think they were just spinning it off more and more, and they get somebody to be the new Scorpion King.
Who's this one starring?
They're too ashamed to even post. I don't know.
Starring guy.
I think they're pretty wore out. Patient Zero looks like a generic zombie movie.
Yeah.
Stella's Last Weekend, kind of 69 and 60 score. But really looking forward to, looks like tomorrow, Bill Murray's Stories, Life Lessons. So
I'm a
on
big
the
Bill
cover of
Murray
it.
fan.
Yeah, good old
I think you got to try a little harder than that, though.
Bill. Yeah, it's at like 100% for Rotten Tomatoes. So
Huh.
and then there's a ripoff of the Meg, right? Well,
Yeah.
there's Megalodon. It's probably like what is it? Not Arkham. It's that one company that makes the really. They don't even try to hide it. They're just ripping off the name of a movie. It's like 36%. It's got the popcorn bucket all spilled out. And
I'm in
pretty
this.
sure that popcorn's stale.
I'm in this one community that talks about movies. I don't know why, because I don't watch them. But I'm in this community about movies, and somebody said The Meg was the worst movie ever. It was nothing like the book, and it makes me so sad that somebody read a book called The Meg. It's like, oh, that's probably a good book. It's called The Meg, and it has a picture of a shark on it. I should read that literature classic. And then he's mad that the movie wasn't as good. People, man, they're crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. They get that. So
All right, I'm going to talk about some games that are coming out. For PS4, we have Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out tonight/tomorrow. My Heroes 1 Justice. All right. Spider-Man The Heist, so I think a DLC for Spider-Man is coming out.
oh yay.
Soul Calibur 6 came out on the 19th for Soul Calibur freaks. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Don't know what that is. For Xbox One, it's the same, except it also has Sinner, Sacrifice for Redemption, and Home Sweet Home. And then Switch has... Oh, man. Here's one thing you got to know about the Switch. They release a bunch of crap. They constantly release crap. I think that's what their goal is. But Yomawari, The Long Night Collection. Yeah, it'd be a very long night playing that, I'm certain. Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle, which is a puzzle game. I think it was an app too. I think I've seen that. Windjammers, in case you wanted to go back to like 1980 something. And then, or maybe it might have been 90s, but anyway. And then it got a 45 on Metacritic, which will surprise nobody. Nickelodeon Kart Racers with SpongeBob on the cover. I'm sure that's a great clone of Mario Kart. Probably accurate to a T. And then Dark Souls Remastered, which is probably a lot of fun on the Switch.
That sounds like only yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot of stuff on the Switch. Is the Switch really that bad of releases lately?
I think the Switch has always been bad on releases.
Yeah,
I
I know
don't
like
know of
the
that
go-to
many.
titles are Zelda, right? Like
You got Zelda, you got Mario
uh,
Odyssey, which I think is overrated. See the video; it's doing pretty well. Shameless plug right there.
plug that video.
And
You explain on it. Did you do a review on Zelda? I mean, that's like
yeah,
the tent peg, if I would say,
tentpole.
of that. I need a few more. I need a few more games before I jump the jump
Yeah,
on the boat for the
Zelda was
Switch.
it, man. Zelda's it.
Mm.
It has a good old school RPG, but it's not great. It's the Octopath Traveler. Everyone kind of nutted over it, but it was kind of. I mean, it's all right. It's certainly
Yeah.
not great.
Well, I mean, I see a lot of re-releases, Mega Man, Street Fighter, but I've played those for years, man. What's bringing? Is it just the controls that are different? Is it what's the hook?
it's the
You
fact
know?
that the hook is you can play it portable
Oh,
for like 2 hours.
yeah. I was gonna say. I guess if I flew a lot for work, that would make sense.
I
But
will say I've played a lot of that stuff while my girlfriend watches, I don't know, Jersey Shore or something on TV,
it's
and
got
that's
a good,
kind of awesome.
it's a good background stuff. Oh, can you plug in? Can you plug in your headphones while you play it
Absolutely, yeah.
into it? Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I definitely could see
Yeah,
that
it's
aspect of it.
cool. It's cool. And that's the cool thing when they introduce all these old games like they have Elder Scrolls Skyrim on there, Wolfenstein, all those.
Well, I mean, my thing is, are they graphically updated, or why don't you just
No,
go
they're
if they're not
downgraded.
if because of that, why don't you just go get an emulator and then put it on your phone? Because I mean, phones are pretty big these days.
You can't put Skyrim on your phone.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I'm just saying like Street Fighter and Mega Man and stuff like that.
Well, that crap, yeah. I mean, that crap emulated like crazy. Don't buy anything. That's absurd.
Yeah.
But when they release like the big games, I think that's kind of cool. Not that I would buy them because I'm not really into it, but you can play Dark Souls. Like it just came out, Dark Souls. You can play that portably now. Portably? Is that a word?
Mm.
You can play it on the go. That's another marketing
Play it
term.
on the go. There you go.
You can play it on the
Yeah,
John.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Just spend a lot of potty time, or public transportation, or flying.
Yeah.
You know, they definitely have incentivized it. So I can see
Well,
that.
I'm a huge portable gamer, but I still love my 3DS. That's got tons of original content on it, whereas the Switch has almost none.
Yeah, I have to actually agree with you. I think Nintendo's always had a strong portability. Like I grew up on the original Game Boy.
Oh
Never had a
yeah,
Game Gear. A friend had the Game Gear. It ate through batteries like
literally. I think it literally ate them.
oh my God. Like you would just you put batteries in just to until you could get it to you just nursed it along until you get it to a plug-in.
Yeah, it was more of an IV drip. It was
Yeah,
pretty
there you
bad.
go. And
Uh,
I don't think
yeah.
they really had a lot of the titles, but I agree. The 3DS, all the different incarnations that they've had are been pretty good quality for
And
the
so much support. So
yeah
much
this.
support. I mean, I'm a huge RPG guy. The
Mhm.
amount of Atlas games I have that are just RPGs
Oh
that each
yeah,
take
Atlas.
like minimum 40 hours to beat, maximum 100.
Hmm.
It's absurd. I can play these games until I die and not be done.
Yeah, I like what is the Advanced War series on there is so good.
Oh yeah. Why don't they make any
Um,
more of those? I'm so mad. You know what they
yeah, I
do is
don't
they
know
do Fire
why.
Emblem. They focus on that Fire Emblem series.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is it the same company that does it? Is that why?
Yeah, Intelligent
It's
Systems.
similar. It's like a similar type of interface. So yeah, I guess.
God, Fire Emblem, what the hell happened? It was such a cool series, and then they start introducing like love and romance into them, and now they're weird. But
I had it on my
they're more popular
phone.
than ever.
I had it on my phone for a while, but I switched phones and I just didn't re-download it.
Yeah, now you can like rub their bodies with your stylus.
Okay. Kind of lost me there.
This is a game for the kids, folks, and that's one of the mini games is rubbing their clitoris with your damn stylus. It's really weird, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I think I'll go back to good old Advance Wars.
Yeah. All right, let's address the elephant in the room here. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out, and it is a huge deal. This is probably the game of the year. It's definitely going to sell better than any game this year. Uh, for reference, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the number one selling game ever. Like alone, it's made not necessarily copies, but the amount of money it's made is more than anybody ever. It's absurd. And Red Dead Redemption 2 is the next game they've been making for like a decade. So I think everybody's pretty excited. I know I am. I'll be playing it tonight. I might stream it. I might be too tired, but we'll see. Ninja, what is your interest in cowboys?
I do love westerns. Um,
Like what? Oh, we have a quiz.
oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Yeah, yeah. Before we get into that, let's think about that for a second. Let me surprise you with a little quiz that I definitely didn't tell you I was going to do beforehand. Quiz time. I can't put the sound effects in like I did last time. But that's all right.
The sound
I'll have to do it myself. This is another horror quiz. It's 10 questions long. A little bit harder than last time. You got 10 out of 10 last time. I don't like that. This time I think I'm going to trick you a little bit. Hopefully you're ready. You ready?
Ready as ever.
All right. Quiz time. All right. Number 1. Whose real name is Charles Lee Ray? Pinhead, Chucky, or Gremlin?
I'm going to say Chucky.
You are correct. And yeah, I'm gonna pause every time just to build the suspense.
Yeah, you had me at that one. I wasn't sure, but I have seen I've seen Child's Play quite a bit. It's
I would have gotten that
pretty
just
known
because
classic.
I would have gotten it just because it says Charles. And
Oh,
that one
gotcha,
is
yeah.
Chucky. I guess technically with Pinhead I could have been wrong. Number 2. What is the name of the lake in Friday the 13th? Camp Crystal, Camp Diamond, or Camp Jewel?
I'm gonna say Camp Crystal. Played the Friday 13th NES game, so that's definitely seared in my head.
You're right. Camp Crystal. There you go. 2 out of 2. Good job. Number 3. Who kills you in your dreams? Pinhead, Freddy Krueger, or Jason?
It's gonna be Freddy Krueger.
You're right. Ding, ding, ding. Number 3. So number 4. Who can be summoned by saying their name 3 times in a mirror? Vampire John, Blade, or Candyman?
It's gonna be Candyman, and for bonus points, can I say Beetlejuice also?
Oh yeah, Beetlejuice.
Which I think they're making a sequel, which is like 30 years in the making. But anyway,
Is it gonna have the same cast?
yeah, I don't know. I saw a lot of the Beetlejuice stuff at Hot Topic, man. So it's got to be real.
Coming back in a big way. All right, you're correct. Number 5. How long do you have to live when watching the Ring videotape? 7 years, 7 minutes, or 7 days?
I'm gonna say 7 days, and this is a guess because I really haven't seen The Ring.
Oh, Ninja. You're right. 7 days.
Oh man, because it's 7 minutes is too short to make a movie, and then 7 years, like that's a lot can happen then.
Yeah.
You could be like, oh, I got my degree, I got that promotion at work, I went on vacation. Really, that's not that terrible.
You know what? I kind of like the
pressing
concept of
time.
7 years though. I mean, 7 days is obvious. Yeah. But
Yeah.
7 years is like you live your life, you do what you can with it, and then you're like, is it today? You can't remember, you know.
I don't know. You can get a lot done in 7 years, man. I think people underestimate.
All right, number 6. Finish the classic title. An American Werewolf in Scotland, Brazil, or London?
I'm gonna say London.
You're correct. 6 out of 6, dude. You're killing it. Number 7. What is the name of the famous monster hunter? Night Sky, Evil Danger, or Van Helsing?
I'm gonna say Van Helsing.
You're correct. Van Helsing is right. 7 out of 7. Oh man, there's gonna be another wipe. Number 8. What is the name of the famous psycho? Jon Snow, Norman Bates, or Alex King?
I'll say Norman Bates.
8 out of 8. This is getting a little too crazy. Number 9. What is the name of the killer in Saw? Puzzle, Jigsaw, or Trap Master?
I'm gonna say Jigsaw, although Trap Master does sound cooler.
It sounds like a Batman villain.
It really does, or just one of those or the Flash's Rogue Galleries, or some NES mini boss or something.
Right.
So generic.
And then number 10, for all the marbles. What is the name of the killer in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Leatherface, Bloody Face, the Skinner.
Leatherface, but the Skinner sounds cooler.
Leatherface is correct. You got 10 out of 10
Yeah.
again. I need to get some harder quizzes.
You gotta amp it up, man, because I did not cheat at all. I just want everybody to know.
He ain't no cheater.
Did not see that coming.
Anyway, good job, Ninja. You killed it. Absolutely killed it. Now, Ninja, what is your favorite Western movie?
Western movie. Goodness, The Quick and the Dead, Tombstone. Like, what are I'm gonna say Tombstone. I'm gonna say Tombstone. Because I think this is releasing on the anniversary of Tombstone.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw it on Imager today. Yeah, somebody had posted something about Val Kilmer's like I want to say his best role is
No, his best role was Batman. Everybody knows that.
Oh, I'm gonna call you out on that one.
Didn't you know that? His best role was Batman.
Uh,
Because it's not. Huh. Okay. Mine is Blazing Saddles, I guess. I don't really watch Westerns.
that is actually a really good Mel Brooks. Yeah, technically that's a Western. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really been into the Western thing. Never really clicked with me, but this game, from a gameplay standpoint, looks great. Honestly, you could have put it in space. You could have put it in a fantasy land, whatever. I'd still want to play it because Rockstar is awesome. And I know it's going to be great. And I'm a little bit wary because I just got done playing Dragon Quest 12. Sorry, Dragon Quest 11. I wish I was playing Dragon Quest 12. That'll come out in another decade. But I just got done playing that, and it was 120 hours. And this one's supposed to be like at least 80, I think, around there.
That's a bang for your buck, right? Was it retailing at like $60?
$60.
Okay, so you got to divide that up. So
people are talking about some of the controversies. I'll get to those now. One of them is that it's not coming out for PC ever.
I would like to know the decision behind that, man. Being a PC gamer myself.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because of all the piracy.
I wouldn't think that much this day and age on the platform. Do they not have a solid platform? Like Blizzard has all their apps on the
No,
Blizzard.
Rockstar doesn't have their own thing like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to go.
Hmm.
Maybe that's the way to do things, is put it on that weird platform. But then also make it constantly multiplayer and make it constantly online, which some people are really against.
Yeah, I feel like they're losing out on a lot of markets. There's just a lot of people that only have PCs, or they have high-end PCs, so they can play games like this. So
Yeah, it's definitely been a controversial decision, but it's on the other end of the spectrum. I think they're going to sell a lot of consoles. The Xbox One X, we were talking about GameStop. They're doing a deal where the Xbox One X, which is supposedly the best way to play it spec wise, that's actually getting $100 price reduction if you buy Red Dead Redemption 2 with it.
oh wow, so this is really a move for them, because I feel like PS4 has been killing it lately with some of their exclusives. So
Absolutely,
this is their way of fighting back.
I guess. I would say if I were Microsoft, and I'm not, and I don't know anything that they do, but if I were them, I would focus on the next generation, kick that into high gear, because this one's over. I don't care if Red Dead Redemption 2 sells some consoles. It's over. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Some of the other controversy isn't it shouldn't be directed at Red Dead Redemption 2. We kind of covered it in the last podcast I did with the guys, but they did have a crazy crunch time with people working 80 hours at the end of the release, like 80 hours a week.
Mm.
And I don't know why people are so focused on it with this game, probably because it's just so popular. But it is a thing at the end of a video game cycle where they do a lot of crunch. And also they do a lot of temp work, so a lot of people would theoretically lose their job at the end of it as well. It's caused people to kind of look at the industry in a different light, where they say, what, as gamers, should we accept this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's a good question. I don't really know the answer to it. It'd be fun to look at the statistics on that of what happens to people after these games or during these crunch times, and how many of them are really working 80 hours a week. How many of them actually get laid off, and do those people find jobs afterwards? Maybe they're like consummate temp workers or something. I don't know. But I used to be a temp, so I know that temping is a thing, and it works. You typically get paid less, but ironically they cost more, which is kind of a weird thing. But they also have less limitations, so you can just kind of let go of them when you're done. Use it and lose it, as the old expression goes. But yeah, this should be good. Are there any games that you've played that have taken a long time to beat, that you kind of just sunk your teeth into?
It's been a while since I've really played. I've found like a single player game that I've really been involved with. I think I'll just say like BioShock, the last one, Infinite. Is it called Infinity?
Infinite.
Infinite, yeah, that one I really enjoyed. But I've liked all the BioShocks because just how atmospheric they are, and they always have a message behind them.
What did you know? What's funny is BioShock Infinite is a very movie ending. The ending was very movie-ish. What did you think of the ending of BioShock Infinite?
Thought it was interesting. Just it's kind of hard to end. I don't know if that's the last one they're gonna make, so it's kind of hard to,
I think that's it.
I guess, sum up a series like that. So
Yeah, you're right. It would be very difficult to.
I think they kind of painted themselves into a corner. I mean, the first one was great, and how they ended it. It's like, oh, I get it. It's kind of a little, you don't see it coming, but then you play it again. It's actually gives a great replay value because you don't the line of
Would you kindly, right?
yeah, would you kindly, like the subtle things
Yeah,
about that.
and you
So that
never
was
pick up
really,
on it, and then you're like, oh snap, and you play it again.
I think it's really like it's like a good movie that you has replayability, and as a movie you'd have this rewatchability of these great scenes and stuff. But
Yeah, BioShock Infinite is actually one of the games that got me back into gaming. When I was with you during some of that time, is LoL was the only game I played. And you might have been the same because we used to play every day. You would have been ignoring them the same way I was, because I didn't really like the PS3 or Xbox 360 or the Wii. So I was,
yeah, I just think there
all
was
of it was PC.
I just don't think there were really big draws, I guess, for the console.
Yeah. But then I played that. I got a PS3 during like a Christmas Black Friday sale or something like that. And I got that with it. It was on the PlayStation Network for free, so played it and like was blown away. It was so good. So yeah, gaming is getting longer a lot of the times in playtime. But I actually did a little report on it once. I was gonna release it, but there's too many facts going around. But I crunched some numbers, and some games are actually getting shorter because of DLC. I think I would wager that's what it is, and it's kind of a crime. But this game is supposed to be very, very, very long, so I think I'm gonna get my money's worth with it. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I look at it that way. I mean, you go to a movie, you pay the price of a ticket, and it's usually what average like hour and a half for the shortest to two. If it's a Marvel movie, it's like 2.5 almost.
Hmm.
You have to divvy it up that way, and because games are more expensive, right? They make gaming makes more money than the movie industry, so you have to look at the replay and how much are you getting out of it.
Yeah. And I think that'll cover it. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out tonight. Everybody that can, you should play it. We'll have this universally great experience. It'll be the game of the year. Sorry, God of War 4. You tried your best with your axe and your boy, but you weren't enough to
The
beat.
boy memes were so good though; they were so good for a while.
They lasted a good month,
They
and
did, yes, they did.
now they're out the door for Red Dead. Expect
Yeah.
Red Dead memes until your eyes bleed. All right. Well, I'm Spencer. This is Ninja. Thank you so much for joining me yet again.
All right, everyone, have a great week.
Yep. See you guys later. Bye bye.